he loves his children, he'll protect his children, but he can't protect them from the lies or the enemy. And I'm not quite sure who the enemy is, who he's referring to.
I think that we're the enemy. I think he thinks that the media, the people who are putting it out there, we're the ones who are making up these lies, kind of that whole thing.
Interesting.
We're nice people.
I think so. At least the four of us.
I think it's a bit balanced on the news.
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting if by that they mean that, this isn't Justin's fault and it's everybody else's fault, which might be an interesting kind of look into what Justin's thinking at the moment.
Yeah, where that mindset is. Wow.
But do we think that his troubles could also be tied to his group of friends? I think so many people have brought that question up this week, and for more than, a few months.
Yeah, absolutely. Are they the enemy, I wonder?
Maybe.
I mean,
probably not in their minds.
We have a source that says that they're not the greatest influence on him. What I would say as well is that his father has been hanging around with him and his friends. His father has kind of become more of a friend as opposed to a seemingly father figure. He was there the night with the drag racing, and so I question how much of a good influence his dad is to him at the moment, whether he's being very paternal or whether he's actually not being a good dad. So we'll have to wait and see.
All right, well, that influence is definitely there. Let's take a look now at some of these friends. Watch.
First up, Lil Zaw, a.k.a. Xavier Smith. He's a 17-year-old rapper signed to Lil Wayne's label. He will forever be known as the guy that got arrested for drug possession at Justin's home. Next on the list, Lil Twist, born Christopher Moore. The 21-year-old is also a rapper and actually made a quick cameo in Justin's video for Baby back in 2010. Then there's Crazy Khalil, who was arrested along with Bieber in Miami. He's a 19-year-old singer who signed with Def Jam when he was just 13. Rounding out Bieber's inner circle, Milk Tyson, whose real name is Edward Porter. He's the owner of a local luxury medical marijuana service. And Bieber's friends have his back. Lil Zaw posted this photo on his Instagram with "Free Bizzle" clearly visible on the ground, captioned, "It's not a game."
Another serious issue facing JB is the possibility of him being deported. Do we really think that's going to happen?
Well, this is the thing. He's on what's called an O1 visa. I know a lot about it. I used to be on that visa too. On that visa, you're a guest in the country. But at the moment, his latest charges are misdemeanors. So no, he can't be at the moment. But he should be careful. There are a couple of things that he's facing as far as legal problems. It can mount up. If he is charged with anything serious, a felony, that could impact whether he's allowed to stay here in America.
Although I do feel like what he's been doing is getting progressively worse, and so I feel like they are misdemeanors at this point, but is it going to get more serious at some point, and then that's where
if his behavior worsens.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a very, very good point, and we have some more information on this entire subject of deportation right here.
Driving under the influence with an expired license and resisting arrest. Justin Bieber's bad boy behavior landed him in the slammer. But will the 19-yeold's run-in with the law send him back to Canada?
These charges will not cause him to be deported. To be deported, you have to either commit an aggravated offense or an offense of moral turpitude. We're talking about things like drug trafficking, child pornography. These driving offenses will not rise to that.
As for what consequences the Canadian native does face, Justin could be heading to jail.
These are 3 misdemeanor charges. Each one of them carries a maximum of 6 months in jail.
We all know that Justin has a massive following, but will this bad press affect his popularity?
Is Bieber's career in jeopardy? We are crunching the numbers.
Justin's 2010 debut album, My World 2.0, sold 5.1 million copies and debuted #1 on the Billboard 200 chart.
When Justin Bieber first came out as a pop singer, he was really positioned as a role model.
Justin's last studio effort, 2012's Believe, did even better at 5.5 million. As for his movie career, 2011's Justin Bieber Never Say Never made over $73 million domestically and is considered the most successful concert film of all time. His latest movie, Justin Bieber's Believe, did not do so well. It's made about $6 million stateside.
If we look at the last year of Bieber behaving badly, we can see a little bit of a drop-off in his sales. The documentary didn't do nearly as well as his last one. And, put 2 and 2 together, and you might think that all of this attention, this negative attention, is impacting his business.
I mean, I totally think that is absolutely right. I feel like, you know, his fan base is so young to a certain extent. You hear all of these things that are kind of going on with him. They don't want to hear about that. They want to hear his boyfriend song. They want to see cute Justin, you know, and I think especially the parents of these young children are trying to keep him at bay as well. I just feel like we're getting tired of it a little bit. Getting tired of the whole production.
The whole machine.
Yeah.
I think he's going to, honestly, as long as he stops now and doesn't allow this to escalate, he's incredibly talented. His career will be fine as long as he puts a stop to all of this kind of like naughty behavior right now.
I, for one, would like to report that he gets it together, he's happy, his team gets a hold of him, and then he can go on and make good music for the rest of his life.
I think we all
I
want
wish him
that.
the best. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
He's just still so young.
Yeah.
That I just want him to figure it out early on rather than later on.
Me too.
Yeah.
We'll let that be the final word. KG, thank you so much. Melanie, we appreciate it. Stick around, guys, because Kat and I are sounding off with our sweet and sour tweets of the week. Are you ready, Sam?